Good job, Kevin. Good job. Right there. Here we go, Larry. You in? No. Good. Club up. Right there. Good job, Larry. Here we go. That side back up 5 real quick. Back up 5. Stop on Kevin. Stand. Hang your hands. Do it. Good. Shimmy. Club up. Drive your knees. Drive your knees. Roll your hips. Now. Do it. Good. Club up. Club up. Drive your knees. Good job, Kevin. That's the way I want it to look. Right there. Do it. Good. Boom. Right there. Good job. Do it. Good. Club up. Club up. Boom. Right there. Roll your hips. Do it. Good. Boom. Roll them, roll them, roll them. There we go, going back, turbo. Go. Reset. Club up, roll your hip, roll your hip. Good job. Go, reset. Right there, good tackle. Here we go, Larry. Go. Reset. Club up, boom, right there. Good job. Here we go, Trey. Go. Set. Shimmy down. Boom, club up. Y'all line up on the dummy when you finish. Go. Set. Club up, roll your hip, that's better, Justin, good job. Go, good. Club up, roll your hips, Anthony. Right there, good job. But after you drive it. Go, good. Club up, boom, drive it, dump it. Here we go. Really drive it, now really drive your knees into the ground. Here we go, Pardo. Go, good. Club up, boom, drive it, dump it. Good job, that's it. That's better. Here we go. Go, Kevin. There we go. Good. Club up. Boom. Right there. Drive it. Dump it. That's it. Good job. Good tackle right there, fellas. Good tackle. Here we go. Go, Larry. Go. Good. Club up. Roll your hips. Drive it. Dump it. Not bad, Larry. Not bad. Going back. Keep my line going. Go. Good. Club up. Boom. Drive it. Dump it now. That's it. Good job. Let's go back the other way in. Go. Good. Club up. Boom. Drive it. Now dump it. Good job. Go ahead. Jump it. What's C4? Bam. Drive him down. Okay, here, go jog back. Go. Good. Club up. Boom. That's it. Drive it. Dump it. There you go. Good job. Tabar. Here you go. Go. Good. Club up. Boom. Drive it. Dump it. Not bad, Alex. Not bad. You go, Dusty. Go. Good. Club up. Boom. Drive it. Dump it. Not bad, Dusty. Not bad. Here we go. Come up. Right there. Don't make me lead you now. Don't make me lead you. Here we go. Downward. Set.
Come on.
Club up. Boom. Drive it.
Get that more.
Next
Get
shot.
that more turbo.
Go ahead and drive. Hey, go, Trey.
Let's go, baby. Pick that back from the end.
Okay?
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Drive it. Now dump it. Good job, Trey. Good job. Here we go. This time, Turbo, drive it a little farther. Okay? Really drive it home.
Come on, baby.
There. Club up. Driving. That's better. Now dump it. There you go. That's good. Try and keep it moving.
Get that more caught on.
I don't want you to get on that concrete. Here we go, varsity guys.
Let's go, Cardo.
Next 3, 4, 5. Really good. They've done it for 2 years. Here we go.
Let's go,
Downward.
Cardo.
Set. Club up.
Get that more, Cardo.
Drive it. Dump it. Good job.
Yeah, Cardo. Get that more cool.
Here we go, Kevin.
Get that more cool. Get that
Go. Good. Club up. Boom. Driving. Now dump it. Good tackle, Kevin. Go ahead and dump it. That's how you go, Larry. Drive it that way, Larry.
You can't dump her.
Good stand. Down. Set. Boom. Drive it. Dump it. Go ahead and roll your hip more there. Not bad. Let's go back the other way, Andy. Go to
do quickly go through a couple drills we do to work on some of the pursuit things and run support that we talked about. Show a little bit of tape of each one of these drills, and a little bit about how we practice and specifically how we set up against a wing T. First one. Team pursuit and takeaway drill. Now what we're going to do, our Tuesday practice, we don't, during the course of the season, we don't do sprints every day. We condition every day. And the only day the whole team does sprints is Monday. Tuesdays, anybody that's a first or second team defense, they do defensive pursuit drills for their conditioning. Wednesday, our offense and a shell of a defense does 2-minute offense for conditioning. The guys that aren't involved in that, they do sprints. But the guys that are involved, as I said, Tuesday on defense, we're doing a variety of team pursuit drills for conditioning, and we zip through the stuff really fast. Now, this one is one of the best that we do. What we've got, every one of these boxes are stand-up dummies. I don't care if they're round ones or we use square ones. They're about a foot square and they stand up. And there's 5 drawn on here. We may set 9 of them up out there. And every one of them has a football sitting on top of it. Every one of the dummies has a football sitting on top of it. Now what we're going to do is, coach is right here. A lot of times he plays the quarterback, but we'll take our base guys, and our second unit will be right off to the side, huddled up over here at the side, ready to go. The coach will take them, a couple grass drills with them, they'll hook their guts, they'll get up, they'll seat roll them once or twice, and then we'll take the ball. Either we'll run it around the edge, or we'll throw it towards one of the bags. Okay, everybody then, whichever bag he throws it towards, they go into pursuit towards that bag. If they can intercept the ball, great, they do it. If not, the bag that's going towards, the first guy, everybody approaches it with proper leverage. The first guy there tackles the bag. Now the ball that's sitting on top of it goes flying. Okay, they got to scoop that ball up, and then they got to go score with it. They scoop that ball and they score with it, and everybody else has to get in position to block and convoy that. Okay, boom, they come back, they get across the line. By that time, the second defense is out here, lined up, ready to go. They've already been given the call by the coach. They go. It goes lightning fast. It goes rep, boom, go. Rep, boom, go. Rep, boom, go. There's only 2 deep doing it, and they go fast. And we'll do that. We may do that for 12 minutes straight for conditioning. Boom, 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 boom. So that's team pursuit takeaway. The next one. Yes.
Let's start out again. I was writing one here.
No problem. We've got these bags, 5 or more with a football on top of it.
Okay.
The coach will start them with signals for them to hit their stomach, seat roll, linebacker slide, and then we'll do that a couple times. They'll come up and throw the ball towards one of the bags. Okay. Towards one of the bags, and then they go in pursuit. Okay, that one. Okay, the DBs, depends what this quarterback does back here. If he gives them a run read to a side, they're coming up in the run support responsibility. If he drops back, they start their pass responsibility. If he sprints out, they go in their pass responsibility and sliding for sprint out. So what he does determines what the secondary does. Good question, I didn't mention it. Next one. Team interception drill. Similar kind of thing, but now it's a pass every time. The pass rushers have to hit their guts, get up, and then rush the quarterback. Generally, the quarterback is the coach. Okay, they can't hit him, but they have to take proper rush angles on him. As soon as they get past him, proper leverage, they've got to turn and sprint and follow the ball. Everybody else is dropping in a coverage call. Coach takes it, throws the ball down the field, makes somebody stretch for it. We get it, and we got to learn to convoy, get up the near sidelines, and block correctly like a punt return, like a wall, coming up the sideline. So he'll call a coverage, cover 3. He'll drop back. The rushers will go by. Rushers have to turn, get in the convoy. Also, very, very important point, team interception drill. The nearest defender to the intended receiver. Okay, so I caught the ball, there's my next defender, there's the receiver. The nearest defender to the intended receiver, block the receiver. Block the receiver. Block the receiver. You've got to get the receiver blocked. Very important. The last lineman into the convoy, block the quarterback. The last lineman into the convoy, block the quarterback. If you get the receiver blocked, the thing usually gets started pretty good. If you get the quarterback blocked, you got a chance to take it all the way. So we check for those 2 things every single time on that drill. Check for those 2 things every time. We're going to get the receiver blocked, get the quarterback blocked, everybody else in a wall.
Now, do you have players running routes?
Not usually. I may put stationary guys out. Okay, I may put stationary guys out so there's a receiver to block. Yeah, exactly. And we're throwing it in the direction of one of those guys so that we can practice doing this.
Did you do those drills in the same day, or?
No more than 2 of them on the same day. Okay, no more than 2 of them on the same day. Okay, next. 4 to get 3. Good conditioner drill. 4 to get 3. Now, got everybody on defense lined up. 4 guys at a time right here. Doesn't matter what position they are. Doesn't matter what position they are. These are stand-up dummies on the sidelines, that many yards downfield. 15 yards downfield, 20 yards downfield, 25 yards downfield. Obviously, there is one more player than there are dummies. One more player than there are dummies. You can also put you can put 4 dummies and 5 players too. But what we do now is, coach takes the first 4 guys, he seat rolls them, he moves them side to side, he grabs them, gets movement in it, then he turns and he throws the ball to a side. When he does, they all have to take off and tackle one of the bags. Okay, now there's 4 of us, there's 3 bags. The guy who doesn't get to tackle a bag has to go again in the next group. Okay, the guy who doesn't get the bag has to go again in the next group. So you take a correct pursuit angle to the sideline, you're seeing where the other guy's going, you're making a decision, and you're also fighting to get the bag. We have some great battles. If you guys get there, he's going to take it away. Yeah, so that they know, so they have a direction of where they're going to go. Okay, very competitive drill. Very good drill. Okay, last one. This really helped. We used to call this our Oceanside drill, because Oceanside used to kill us from the screens. And we had to get a lot better defending screens. This drill really helped us. We run screen anyway. We run it to wide receivers, we run it to running back, we run it to a tight end. But in essence, when we're going after screens, we turn screens into running plays. Screen is a running play, as far as we're concerned. And so, as soon as the screen develops, everybody goes into their run support responsibilities. Screen develops, I'm primary run support, I take the primary run support angle. Screen develops, I'm alley, I take an alley angle. Screen develops, I'm secondary run support, I'm looking for double pass, because that's the thing that could happen off of the wide receiver screen. No threat of double pass, I come up. Okay, everybody takes their run support angle, plays off the blockers with the leverage they would on a sweep to that side, or depending on where the screen hits, an off tackle play to that side. And we go from there. 2 years ago, we played Torrey Pines in the championship game, and they ran a screen, and our free safety, in 3D coverage, our free safety made the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. On a screen tackle. Because as soon as he saw the lineman go, he said, I don't have any more pass threat, I'm an alley player, I'm flying. And he just went right on by everybody and wound up making the tackle on a screen pass behind the line of scrimmage. Really helped. Really helped us. Now notice, there's no lineman here. There's no offensive lineman here. That's not the point. The point is our angles, our leverage, our pursuit. Okay, who's primary, who's secondary? Am I an inside-out player? Am I an outside-in player? How do I approach the screen pass? From what angles do I approach the screen pass? That's the key. That's the key. All right, shift gears a little bit. A little tape of some of those things happening. A lot of this is against wing T.
Coach.
Español or inglés? Okay, first stuff should be, I should go forward a little bit to wing T. Okay, this team pursuit, takeaway, and run support angles. That's what we should be looking at here. Start next one. Actually, I should start. Wish we had a little better video setup. This is what we got. All right, we are in our base front. We're playing against a wing T kind of a situation here. Hand, nose, tackle, strike. 3 linebackers, corner, safety. Just kind of see where we're going here. Now, they ran a little fly motion. And I don't know if they're running belly lead play or the option. Let's see what we got here. And they're running power sweep. Okay. They're running a power sweep to this side. So what we should have right now, I think we're getting a crack split in. He's got to replace and become primary after the crack. Right now, looks like we're in, I don't know, are they in end over? I'm sorry, they're in end over. So he's primary all the way. We got end over here. So he's our primary guy. He's got to turn it in, force it as tight as he can. Here's our fill. And then we've got overlap, secondary. Now there's no pass threat on this side, so he can come pretty quickly. Because since they're end over, that's not an eligible receiver. There are no eligibles on this side. I'll thread a pass on this side's gone right away. He should be coming outside in pretty quickly. Now, he's way too slow because there's no pass threat there. Safety is pretty quick. Notice the fill guy, string that thing out. So the fill guy does a hell of a job. Now, that's a great football player. He's playing at UCLA right now, but yeah, that guy's making things happen. That's what a fill guy's supposed to do. Okay, now hopefully here we're going our 4-on-3 kind of thing. Because we're coming to tackle those bags on the sideline. Getting into that kind of thing here. Okay, now. This flex front. There's our flex up here. Okay, we got our flex up here now. Slid off a little bit different kind of a situation. This is a cockeyed team because they're playing end over. So this is guard, tackle, split, and guard, tight end, flanker. We see a lot of that in our area. A lot of teams run guard, tight end, flanker, and guard, tackle, split end. There's probably 3 teams in our area that use that. And for us, we just treat this as the tight end side alignment-wise. That's why we call it a heavy side and not a strong side or anything like that. It's heavy because there's more guys there. So whether it's guard, tackle, or guard, tackle, tight end, doesn't change anything. Okay, now this is quick toss. Let's just see if our primary gets there. Okay, our primary turned it in. Okay, see that primary guy is flying up. That's what he's supposed to do. Watch the secondary guy. Back, try to pass eliminated. Now he comes. Okay, we should see our alley player coming, right? Oh, he's late. He's late. See our fill guy right here, got a little high, but he's inside out. Now he overran it. Ball cut back inside of him. He made the tackle. We have a lot of lead time on these. Try to get when we get some lead time, we'll talk about what's happening. Okay. This was wing T. Here's our fly motion guy. Looks like they're running some kind of belly or belly option kind of a situation. This backer's going to take the same angle as him, keeping his outside arm free. Okay, he does. Now it's option. Now, what should happen here is the Mike backer should have dive the quarterback inside the load block. He should have quarterback outside the load block. He should have pitch. That's where we should be going. Okay, just what we wanted. Look at the depth of the Mike linebacker. See how deep he was lined up so he could run downhill and not get caught in all the trash? Okay, one more wing T here. Now, this is Rancho Bernardo. This game, for some reason, decided to play two splits and both their wings already in the backfield. Hadn't done it any game before this, and they just decided to run their wing T plays out of this that week. So, I don't know. So now we are basically in our split, in our 4-4 kind of a thing. Okay, a strong safety and our outside backer, two inside backers. So now we're in the 4-4 kind of a front here, this particular time. Okay, we're on the dive now. Look at our nose. Actually, okay, he came under, felt the guard pull, he came under and beat the down block. Okay, they're going to single him, he beat the down block, so he's on the dive. Okay, he's on the dive, that allowed the linebacker not even have to mess with the dive. The down guy was able to play it, so the linebacker didn't have to mess with it. So now we had a guy on the quarterback inside and outside the load, and we had a guy on the pitch. One of the things we're starting to see is a little change in the way that people block buck sweep. Maybe it's not a change, maybe it's just me not knowing what they do. But typically, buck sweep, his wing is come down and block inside. Well, because our linebacker is playing C gap, because our striker is playing C gap, they're not wasting that wing coming down and blocking him. They're blocking him base on whoever our run support guy is. Okay, that's fine. We just got to butt up on that and turn the play in. But what it allows is our secondary run support guy to get up in a hurry. So this is against Orange Glen, running wing T and it's buck sweep. And hopefully you should see everybody taking their correct lanes and our alley player coming through. Fast forward through this. This is not. That was a heck of a game. That was 2 years ago in the semifinals. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is 2 years ago against Torrey Pines, unfortunately. Sorry, folks. Well, we got no lead time, but what you need to see is the angles, inside out angles, outside in angles of people. Okay, now we got a little lead time. Okay, now, this is not a true wing T formation because we've got both halfbacks on the same side. It's a little different, so they're much more limited in where they can go in terms of wing T plays when they get in a formation like this. Typically, this team likes to run toss there or buck sweep back here naked, you know, without a wing. Now that happens to be counter. Okay, they're a counter back. Now, our down guys have used everybody up. Notice that? Our down guys have forced double teams and used up everybody. So we have 1, 2, 3 unblocked guys working towards the point of attack because we've done a great job with our down guys of using everybody up. Sure.
Is that your flex down and then it comes out?
Yeah. Okay, so we're in that flex front. So there's our flex right here. Okay, he's down.
Trying to get him the down block there.
And then he loops over the top. Okay, and then we've got our corner right here. So he's in strong run support position. He's a read guy right here. We've got strong safety, Mike backer, Will backer, corner, free corner. Okay, that's what we got here right now. They're running counter tray coming back this way. We got a stunt, notice right here, between our strike and our flex. Just a little gap exchange stunt. Right. And then because we got all the guys there, get a good hit, get the ball stripped, we got bodies there to pick the ball up. Okay, now it should turn into our defensive pursuit drill. Should be getting a wall, should be blocking the equivalent of the receiver. Didn't quite get him blocked. See, if we get that guy blocked, it's like on the interception drill, we're off to the races. Okay, buck sweep. Buck sweep. Now, here's our primary. We've got to try and get him to squeeze the alley. We want to take this guard on against a wing T. What we'd love to do is take him on deep. Deep with our inside arm free. A little different. We want to take him on deep with our inside arm free so that if they're going to go outside, they got to go way around, way around. If they're going to go inside, we've got our inside arm free. What it's very important, or what we found is very important to remember is teams that run buck sweep would just as soon turn it up right here. They don't want to stretch it out here very much. They want to get north and south as quick as they can up the alley, or the Texas guys say up the stovepipe. They want to go up the freaking stovepipe and go fast. So we need to not overrun that and let them take that thing up into there, because that's what they like to do. Okay, our field guy does a pretty good job forcing the thing deep and wide. Yep, got the wrong shoulder, bounced it, did what we wanted. Okay, this is some of the screen stuff. I want to see our run support. Actually, no, we're not talking about that. Okay, let's get into some nuts and bolts here on what we're doing, how we put this all together. Got all these different pieces. Let's talk about how we would put together this thing against the wing T. Got to put the plug in. I think you have to do, I don't think you can defend the wing T just trying to defend it in 1 week or 2 weeks. I think that it's one of the better offenses in football in terms of attacking the full width of a formation, sideline to sideline, hitting any hole off of a good look, and having a play action pass and a counter off of every play. It's a very complete offense in that regard. Consequently, I don't think you can defend the wing T learning to defend it 1 week against one opponent. I think that wing T is too much of an advantage when you do that. What we do in the off season is we look at our schedule, say who we're going to play. It's a wing T team next year. Our schedule next year is crazy. We play Long Beach Poly first. We play Uni San Diego second. We play Morse third. We play Oceanside.
4th. We play Torrey Pines 5th. We play Rancho Bernardo 6th. San Marcos 7th. Mount Carmel 8th. No. Poway 9th. And RBV 10th. Okay. Now, here we've got wing T. We've got wing T. We've got wing T. We did have wing T. They're going to have a new coach, so we don't know. We've got some wing T. We've got some wing T, and we've got some wing T. So we'll see a little bit of wing T next year. Okay, now, the RBV, Poway, Mount Carmel do a lot of things, but within that package is some wing T offense. So what we do is we say that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 30, probably 50 to 60% of the snaps that we see in the season defensively are going to be wing T snaps next year. Knowing that, then, when we look at what we're going to do in spring practice, when we look at who we're going to schedule in the summer, and when we look at what we're going to do in two-a-days, we're going to try and allocate 60% of the practice time that we do to scheme on wing T. Whatever percentage of wing T we're going to face, same thing, whatever percentage of run and shoot we're going to face, whatever percentage of eye we're going to face, whatever percentage of styles we're going to face, we're going to try and allocate that percentage of practice time between start of spring ball and the start of the season to that style of offense. And we're going to teach the wing T almost like we're teaching our offense. We're going to teach, starting in spring, wing T series. We're going to teach wing T series. We're going to say that the wing T is a misdirection style, primarily a misdirection style offense, that it attacks across the board. It has a number of series. The primary misdirection series would be the buck sweep series. So we're going to teach our kids what that means, the buck series. Okay, we're going to teach them that base wing T set is like that it's balanced, 5.5 guys on each side of the line of scrimmage, and that the bucks series looks like that in the backfield. And that there's the potential in the backfield for the ball to go straight, for the ball to go laterally there, or for the ball to come out there with the quarterback. Okay, so we're going to teach them that right from the get-go for the buck sweep series. It's one of the main series we have to stop. We'll come back to that. The other big series that we see a ton of is full flow belly series. Full flow belly series. Now we're going to see a lead back. Well, I shouldn't even color him in. Ball could be going there. Fly motion. Ball could be going there. Ball could be coming back there. Ball could be going any of those places on the run. Okay, the ball could be coming any of those places on the run. So we're going to teach that series. We're going to start out teaching those two series to our kids. We're going to teach it so that our scouts understand the philosophy of it, or all our kids, so they can play scouts and know what we're trying to get out of it. We're going to teach, okay, the basic passes. Off the buck sweep series, you've got some form or another basic waggle pass. Okay? You've got that's the number one point. You've got the off the belly. You've got basic belly pass, and just the basic play actions that come off of those. So that by the time we get to a wing T team, we'd like to be able to line up on Monday when we talk through our scouting report and say, okay, it's a wing T team. Their favorite, this is not a big buck sweep team, but they do run the series, and they're more of an inside trap and gut off the buck sweep. And their big series is the belly series. They're not a big option team. or they are a big option team, what are the passes we're going to see? Off the buck sweep, what are we going to see? Waggle, 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 waggle. They should already have a good idea of a generic wing T offense before we ever get to game week. If we've done our job in spring, in summer, and in 2 days. We'll meet on this. They'll have to have it in their notebooks. They'll get tested on it. Okay, same with the run and shoot. What's a run and shoot do? Okay, the same with, we don't need to talk about a high power offense because they see, they know what we do and it's similar to what we do, so they have that handled. But not only do we want them to understand the offense, but when I say to them, okay, wing T, who runs it? We want our kids to be able to say, oh, Torrey Pines, Rancho Bernardo, Mark Carmel runs a little bit, and they go through all our opponents and know who the wing T teams are. Know and understand. It's already in their heads. They understand that. Okay. So the first phase defending the wing T is preparation ahead of time. Okay? Preparation ahead of time in terms of scouting, knowing your schedule, knowing who you're going to play, and allocating practice snaps in proportion to how much you're going to see the offense. Number one. Next thing. Get into a game week. Okay, get into a game week now. We're going to practice it. Saturday, our kids come in on Saturday, usually at 9 o'clock. It says what the kids do. The kids lift weights and then they watch offense. They run, they lift weights, they watch offensive game film. Now, I'll tell you what's going on with the coaches while that's happening. While they run, all the coaches are out there. Everybody's out there while they run. The first half of while they're lifting weights, everybody's out. Everybody's in there with them. We're talking to them, we're pushing them, we're getting them through it. The latter half of that, the defensive guys leave. They start grading our game tape from the previous game. So they begin to grade our game tape. And we have 2 copies of it by the time it's Saturday. We start a copy right after the game on Friday night. There are 2 copies of it. Then they get done lifting. The offensive coaches go in and they go through and actually grade the tape with the players, at least as much of it as we have time for. We're never there later than 12 with the players. Okay, so as much as we had time for offensively, the kids grade themselves for that much. Kids leave, offensive coaches finish grading the tape. By the time we roll around to 12, our defensive coaches should also be done grading the tape. So by the time we get to our lunch break, our last game's tape is graded. Now, our kids haven't seen it on defense, they have seen it on offense. We break for lunch, the coaches always go out to a little football place in town there, and we have lunch together to watch part of the college game, and we go back. When we get back now, defensively, the coaches go in and they begin to look at opponent tape. Let's say we're playing the wing T. First thing they want to decide is, what kind of a team is this? Who are they? These are some questions that we want to answer. Okay, who are they? Well, they're wing T. Or they're wing T 50% of the time, and they're in this formation, they're in wing T plays, and they're in this formation, they're in I plays, whatever. Okay, they're a wing T team. Okay, great. What kind of a wing T team are they? These are some things we want to answer. Do they have a true wing halfback, or are they a halfback? Okay, are they a halfback, or are they one guy that's always the flanker and one guy that's always the halfback? That's huge in terms of understanding what they're going to do formation-wise. If they're a halfback team, they're truly balanced. And it is truly a balanced strength team. They could go either way, then you play. If they are a flanker halfback team, certain plays they can run now to the tight end wing. Certain plays they can only run away from that, and they can't go both ways because of who needs to carry the ball. So is that wing a receiver and a blocker, or is he a runner? We need to know that. We need to know what that wing does. A receiver and a blocker, or a runner? You know everything. Anybody not know what I mean by that? Okay, next thing we got to answer. What do we have to stop?
What are their best plays? I mean, football's football. You better stop their best stuff. Okay? What do we have to stop? Is buck sweep their thing? Okay, when Orange Glen was in our league, big physical team, but you better stop buck sweep when they were a wing T team. Orange Glen was a wing T team. They were going to run the crap out of buck sweep. They were going to get big little guards at you. You better stop that play. Torrey Pines this year was not a buck sweep team at all. Hardly. Ran a little tiny bit to set up other things. Rancho Bernardo, pretty big, typically pretty big buck sweep team. Not quite as much this year. It just depends who you're playing. What do we have to stop? Okay, usually it's going to be a buck sweep series and a belly series. Almost in every case, it's going to be a weak side belly option. Sometimes it's a strong side, tight end side belly, which we would call belly down. What do we have to stop? You got to know that. Who do we have to stop? Let's find a way to make them beat us with somebody other than their best guy. Let's find a way to make them beat us with somebody other than our best guy. And who do we have to stop? And again, I don't care. Most of these questions apply to any style. You know, I don't care who we're playing. We got to know what we got to stop, who we got to stop. We got to know what their people do positionally. Okay.
So you got drop that pass, you get to rush, you got to drop that pass protection, read off, you can take that player three. You can spin it down inside, you can put it player two.
What sets, formations do they run, and do those sets, formations determine what plays are coming? Okay, so again, here it is. It's Saturday afternoon now. We got back from lunch. Our defensive coaches are going through at least, they don't get them all done Saturday, but at least 4 tapes to find out and charting what you're going to do by formation, by play, you know, to find the answers to all this stuff. And then putting it on a sheet of paper, putting it on the whiteboard so we know what's coming. There's nothing revolutionary about any of this stuff. Okay, but we got to do this now to stop the wing T or any other offense. We do the sets to determine what's coming. Okay, next. Matchups. Where are we at an advantage? And where are they at an advantage? These are matchups. Where are we at an advantage and where are they at an advantage in terms of matching up? Is our nose guard flat out better than our center? Than their center? Fine, let's put him in situations where he's going to make plays. Do they have anybody that can block our strike? Any tight end on their team or any combination tight end wing that can block our strike? Okay. Our tackle does a crappy job reading trap. And there he's going to get, we know he's going to get his butt trapped. Okay, how are we going to cover up for that? He is a big top team. Okay, whatever. Once I know who they've done, I've gone through all the tape, I'm looking at matchups. Now, this whole process of answering all these questions takes Saturday, takes a good part of our Sunday time to come up with answers to all this stuff. Sunday we work from 3:30 till however long it takes us to finish Sunday. And actually the first hour of that we're not doing this because the first hour of that we have a general staff meeting on Sundays and just go over anything the coaches want to tell me and tell me how screwed up I am about anything. They have an open forum to do that. We go through the week and what's going to go on. Are there days with no school? What's our tone going to be this week? Go through personnel, depth charts. We go through the kicking game at that time. We do all that. And then we go break up again and go back to what we're doing. So it takes us a while to answer these questions. And the answer to these questions is going to determine what part of our scheme we use. And again, we're always talking, oh, and then the last thing, I'm sorry.
what's new that we can, what can we expect new? Example, last week, we won the game, but we were really lousy on runs to the weak side. This team has not been a big weak side run team. They got some in, but they got taped. They know that we didn't do a very good job. Okay, we got to expect that we're going to see more weak side run than what they've done until we prove we can stop them. Okay, or everything that they do well, we've shut down in the past, and we've shut down. We've played them before. We know they're going to try it, but what can we expect them to do when we get in the game and we're doing a good job shutting them down? And what else can we expect out of them? So, you know, we can't go crazy with that because our job is to stop what they do. But we need to have some kind of an idea, some kind of a plan of what we might see and spend a little bit of time on that so it's not, you know, totally foreign to our kids when we get on the field. You just got to watch out for that because you spend all your time on what you might see and then you never see it and you haven't stopped what they do. Okay, so those are the things we're going to answer. Now, as we look at the wing T now.
So if they should get outside the line of interruption there, we have rocket to flow right in. Okay, that's what we have to go on. Okay. So that's my first change. We're going to go choose stuff. Okay. Now we have my first change. Now, flow is going to wait. Okay. He's simple with the game. So those guys know that my first change is called infield and outside.
All right.
What would this name here?
Okay, so we look at the wing T here now. We're already talking about we've got a balanced attack. We've got a balanced attack. Now, how are we, one of the first things we have to decide is how are we going to line our people up if they're balanced? What are we going to call strength? Typically, in a base wing T set, we're going to declare strength to the tight end wing side. Even if they go with the double wing, put this guy's a wing over here, we're going to declare strength to the tight end wing side. Now, again, when I look at this, one of the things I want to know is this guy always the flanker and this guy always the halfback? Or is it vice versa? You know, if this guy's, if they're both halfbacks, then I know that anytime we get motion this way, you know, it could be a play coming here just as easy as, well, either way it could. But I know that this guy's a ball carrier coming this way, and I know that the set could change, and they could shift either way. I need to be ready for that. Now, the things I got to know is, one of the things about the wing T is, it is fairly formation specific as to what kinds of plays come out of various formations. For example, this set with no motion. This set with no motion, you'll get buck sweep series, definitely. Okay? You'll get buck sweep series. You'll get what we call belly down series. With no motion, you're going to get those two series primarily. And then you'll get counters off of those plays. Okay, so you may get the wing T Sally play where this guy comes back in on a delay run back up into there. But the primary flow is going to be one of those two series. It's either going to be the buck sweep series or the belly down series when you get no motion. Okay? With no motion, there are not a lot of runs that come to this side. With no motion, there are not a lot of runs that come back to this side. Most of the runs, unless it's an inside counter kind of thing, come to this side. Okay, so you'll get a sally or a double handoff. Things that go back here are slow developing counters. Things that go back there are slow developing counters. Now, what does that mean to us? Well, go back to our philosophy at the very beginning. We want to stop you going north and south. We want to stop you going north and south. Okay, so the only fast flow, hard hitting play off the buck sweep series is the fullback. On the trap, the dive, the gut, he's coming and he's hitting the line of scrimmage hard and fast.
better make sure we stop that thing. That's getting to the line of scrimmage in a hurry. Okay? Out of this, it's the fullback coming downhill on the belly plate. That's getting to the line of scrimmage, going straight ahead fast. We better keep that from happening. We're not going to let them run north and south, straight ahead right through us. We do everything we can to stop those things. Most of the counters in the wing tee and most of the perimeter plays in the wing tee are much slower developing. So you have more time to rally to those. Fullback plays are the hard-hitting, downhill, get to the line of scrimmage in a hurry play, which is why typically you see a very good player playing fullback in a wing tee offense. Okay, they don't put their slug at fullback. Because if they do, they got nothing that, they can pound on you. So our thought is we need to be able to stop those plays that they're going to do with that guy going straight ahead downhill. We better be able to shut those things off. So and then as we answer those questions, what plays are those for this team? Okay, now, let's look at the same base formation. But now let's add fly motion. Fly motion, even if it's 2 steps, where in the running game, where does the ball usually go now? It goes to this side. And there's very little run that comes back over here. There's no fast run that comes back over here. Anything that comes back here is a tackle trap, a slow developing counter, it's something like that. So that little 2-step motion is important for us to see and communicate. Very important. Okay, very important because it's going to change our run score. When we get that motion, if we get flow here, if we're in this shell, now that safety he's in a hurry coming downhill a lot of times. He's in a hurry becoming an extra run player. This guy's going to soften up because anything coming to him is going to be slow or it's going to be passed. That little tiny key makes a big difference to where the ball is going and what's happening. Okay, now, let's go back to this. No motion again. Okay, that action. Ball get passed over here? Nope. Ball gets passed here or here. Okay, off of that flow right there. Off of that flow right there, the ball does not get passed to this area. The ball gets passed to this area or to that area. Okay, the ball gets run here, gets run here. The quarterback can run it there. The ball does not get passed over here. No motion.
Where that goes, you can literally slide outside before the guy moves outside.
Okay, no motion. Does the ball ever get passed to that flat? Off that action with no motion? No. There's no receiver that can run to that flat. Okay, what does that mean? That means I can take chances and void that zone with that motion. We can have flow blitzes. We can have blitzes. I see that action. I see belly action away. No motion coming back. I'm going off the back edge. I'm adding a rusher off the back edge, possibly with this linebacker. Okay, because there's no pass threat to that flat. I can still play my regular zone defense, void a zone, knowing that there's not really anybody that can get there. And add an extra rusher. So, motion or no motion is a very, very big key. Very, very big key. Now, let's go back to the one with motion. Okay, fly motion, where the pass is going. Over here. Passes are coming over here.
because the whole flow of the play is coming over here. Okay, passes are coming here. Might be a curl flat, might be a wide cross. You know, the only thing you got to worry about coming back, if you got a very strong arm quarterback, a guy can throw a corner, then you just got to know you got to defend that. But typically speaking, that's not going to happen. You're not going to get that. So understanding what's going on with that little fly motion is huge. It's huge. And it really becomes clear as you start writing these things down. Start charting your plays out of each formation. You go, wow, look at this. Everything's going that way in the set when they run that motion. The only thing that comes back is, you know, some slow developing. So you start finding those things out. Now, obviously they're not always in that set. Now, okay, double wing. Now obviously this is a team where I got two halfbacks that are equal. So that means at the snap, it could become that formation, the snap. Or it could be that formation at the snap. It could be either one. If they run no motion, okay, you're pretty much looking at a fullback running play. Or a very slow developing something else. But you're pretty much looking at a fullback running play. Or you're looking at a pass. Okay, if they run motion, and it's motion here, now everything that we just talked about the wing halfback set comes into play. It's just as if he lined up there with no motion. Kids need to understand that that is the same as if he was lined up there. It's the same. Now the reason they do it is because you have less time to think about it, you have less recognition time. You got two steps the guy going, go, okay, what did they do out of that? Okay, good. That's why you got to spend spring on it, 2-a-days on it, summertime on it, and so that you know it a little bit, so you understand the offense. That's why you can't get ready for it. We think in 1 week you can't get ready for it because how can you ever remember all this? Okay? If they come this way, it's pretty much the same as when we were there and they ran the fly motion there. You got one other dynamic, and that is the potential for this guy to get out flanked. And you got the wing up there. But when we start teaching this, at the very beginning, we teach it as if there's like 3 formations. One is the one I just showed you. One is formation with this back here, and him right there. Okay, those two, and then, well, really, we start with those two, actually. We start with those 2 formations. We start with those 2 formations. What comes from each of those? With motion, what comes from each of those without motion? And then we say, other than end over, everything turns into one of those 2 formations after the motion happens. Everything turns into one of those 2 formations after the motion happens. That would be our initial approach. Okay, that would be our initial approach. Got 2 formations. What comes from each one with motion? What comes from each one without motion? And then the double wing will turn into one of the 2 formations after the motion. I'll talk about end over in a minute, but I want to show you something. Okay. As we come to the end of the weekend now, we'll have built a scouting report we're going to give to our kids.